Hey guys, it's Terry. And welcome on into another episode, Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, MLB Trends and Betting Picks. I'm ready to break down today's slate. A lot of games to get to, so we'll of course jump right into it. But we will jump into see what happened on yesterday's show and do a recap as always. Andre Jimenez over 1.5 bases plus 125 didn't cash. He did not get any bases at all. So it was no game where he didn't get a hit, and overall a loser there. Did cash on Cleveland Guardians money line as a premium play, so a winner there. Milwaukee Brewers, Miami Marlins, Christian Yelich did not get a hit in this game, but Josh Bell did. He got 2 hits, so he cashed the over 1.5 bases plus 143. Rafael Devers. What a heater this guy is on right now, and despite the fact that he was 0 for 7 against the pitcher he was facing, I didn't want to jump off. I did not want to jump off the streak, so I lowered both bets to quarter units, and he got his home run. 6 games in a row, he now has a home run, and I believe either tied or broke Boston Red Sox history with that 6 home run. So we'll see if he can do number 7 today. Spoiler alert, we'll be talking about this game a little bit later. Giancarlo Stanton over 1.5 bases. He got 1 hit, just a single. So that one lost. And then Gunnar Henderson over 1.5 bases, winner, and home run plus 430, winner. Like Rafael Devers, Henderson has been on a heater recently. So, and you know what? He was really hot earlier on in the year, and then right before this streak of 4 games in a row with the home run, there was about 3 or 4 games in a row where he didn't get anything. So he was ice cold, and then now he is on a heater. So we will see if he can keep that going here today. Hey Terry, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Storage Club. Hope all is going well. Go back here. Why everyone disrespecting the T-Bulls? I haven't really looked much, but I didn't know that that was happening. I only do quarter units on my baseball plays. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, this is a great time for me to mention it for new people watching or people that haven't seen me mention it before. All my plays are half unit plays unless otherwise specified. Home runs, I usually do quarter units. The premium plays are 1 unit plays. If there's a baseball play that's a 1 unit play, I'll let you guys know. But most of the time, it's just half unit plays. How's it going, Terry? Pretty good. Can't complain. Winning day yesterday. So we'll see if we can keep it going here today. So we'll start with the first game that we're going to be talking about, which is the Minnesota Twins and the Washington Nationals. Minnesota minus 178 to minus 185. Washington plus 150 to plus 163. 8.5s right across the board here in this one. And the Minnesota Twins were the hottest team in baseball. I believe it was 18 out of 20 games they won. And they just looked like a powerhouse. But now they're on a losing streak. Down to 24 and 23 on the season. Not playing too well at all. Not getting any hits. And their pitching has come down to earth. Joe Ryan on the mound here. 2 losses sandwiched in between a win against Toronto. Lost against Boston, 4 hits, 3 earned runs. A win against Toronto, and then a loss in his last start against the Yankees. 6 hits and 4 earned runs in that start. And on the mound for Washington is Patrick Corbin, who is coming off a loss. 6 hits, 2 earned runs in his last start against the White Sox, but before that was a win against Boston. 7 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk. Previous start to that, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks. So he's giving up 6 to 7 hits in each start. So he is getting hit a bit recently. Looking at it, though, there's no Minnesota Twins players that I feel confident in taking here. So I'm not going to. It's a Patrick Corbin game, but we're taking a Washington player prop. Give me Eddie Rosario over 1.5 bases, plus 145 here against the Minnesota Twins. Rosario um, has been smashing the ball for a while now. And let me get it up here. He has a hit in 12 of his last 14 games, multiple bases in 8 of his last 11. So he's been having some success um, for the Washington Nationals. 1 for 2 against Joe Ryan. We'll take him here. Multiple bases at plus 145 in this one. Took Nationals yesterday, plus 129. There you go. There you go. Twins run line. Hope Joe Ryan bounces back. Yeah, no, definitely not. Twins are ice cold. Might go Nationals again. The issue is that Patrick Corbin is on the mound, so I couldn't do that either. But an X Twin, yes, an X Twin might go full unit play here versus his old team. Um, maybe, but no, I like a half unit. Lots of plays today, so just a half unit here. Rosario over 1.5 bases, plus 145. Storage Club likes Rosario. Yeah, he's been doing really well recently. But we will move on along to our next game, which is the Boston Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays. Boston plus 115 to plus 123. Tampa Bay minus 133 to minus 142. 8.5s right across the board here in this one. And while I don't have a side in this game, um, I am most likely going to be pulling the trigger on DraftKings for the 2 run early um, promo with Boston here on the road. Um, 24 and 24 in the season. Tampa Bay's 25 and 24. Criswell on the mound for the Red Sox hasn't been awful. Anywhere from 3 to 5 hits, 1 to 3 earned runs, 1 to 2 walks. So he's been pretty consistent in recent starts. Zach Littell for Tampa Bay. In his last start, which was against this Boston team, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, and 1 walk in that one. He'll be looking to have a better start here, but I wouldn't bet on it here. I think Boston is the right side. Not taking them like money line as a regular play, but I will do the 2 run early promo on DraftKings for the Boston Red Sox here. In this game, we're going Jarren Duran over 1.5 bases plus 104, as well as Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases minus 105, RBI plus 125, and home run plus 300 for a retreat unit. Duran has multiple bases in 4 of his last 6 games. He's 2 for 3 against Littell, both doubles. So he's seen Littell well. We'll take him here. And then Rafael Devers, as I mentioned earlier on in the show, he's got a run in 8 games in a row, a hit in 13 of his last 14, multiple bases in 9 of his last 10, and he's got a home run and an RBI in 6 games in a row. By far the hottest player in baseball right now, and it's not close. He is 1 for 3 against Littell. That 1 hit was a home run. So we're not jumping off here. We'll take Devers and we'll take Duran. Props on both of these guys here. And then I will be betting the Boston Red Sox money line for the 2 run early promo. Red Sox plus 123. I like it. Over 8.5. I hope so. I'd like to see that. And Josh Lowe for a hit as a parlay piece. Josh Lowe, a hit in 9 of his last 12 games. He was doing really well, but he's kind of cooling off more recently. So I don't know if I would go with him. He's 1 for 2 with a home run against Criswell. So not a horrible look, but he's kind of going cold recently. So I would stay off there. Moving on along to our next game is the Detroit Tigers and Kansas City Royals. Detroit -110 to +103. Kansas City -108 to -115. Nines right across the board in this one here. On the mound for on the mound for Detroit is Casey Mize, 1-2 with a 3.5 ERA in 8 starts. He's lost 2 of his last 3 starts. His last game against Miami wasn't horrible. 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk. Previous start against Houston, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks. But the start before that against the Yankees, he got roughed up. 9 hits, 5 earned runs, and 1 walk. So ultimately, hasn't necessarily been pitching awful, but hasn't been getting any run support at all from the Tigers. And on the other side, Alec Marsh has given up 2 earned runs combined over his last 3 starts, 2 no decisions and a loss. So hasn't been getting run support either, really, from the Kansas City Royals. But we're not taking a side here in this one. We're taking Mikhail Garcia. Over 1.5 bases, -105, and a quarter unit on the RBI at +200 for Garcia. Reason being here, Garcia has got multiple bases in 3 of his last 4 games. So he's hitting the ball very well right now. He's got a hit in 12 of his last 13. So he's been hitting the ball well for a while. He's got an RBI 4 of his last 5 games, and he's 2 for 3 against Casey Mize. So ultimately, hitting the ball very well right now. Has had success against Casey Mize. We'll take him here for a over 1.5 bases as well as an RBI at that nice +200 price here in this game. O's run line. Well, hold your horses, Owen. We haven't got to that game yet. Slow your roll. Royals run line. Yeah, I could see that. And Tigers 3-7 on the road lately, not doing well. Yeah, the Tigers. They did have a couple games there where they hit. They really hit. But yeah, overall they haven't been hitting that well this season. Moving on along to our next game here, which is between the Atlanta Braves and the Chicago Cubs. Atlanta -113 to -125. The Cubs +105 to +108. 11s right across the board here in this game. And wow, we're seeing 11s in Chicago, which tells me right away that the wind is definitely blowing out. And I'm shocked to see 11s because most of the time we've been seeing 7s in Chicago. So now to see this 11 here definitely makes me like my play. My player prop even more. Cody Bellinger over 1.5 bases +120, and the Chicago Cubs money line is one of my premium plays on the site that I'm giving out on today's show. This is just an awful spot for the Atlanta Braves here, playing Sunday night baseball, and then having to do a doubleheader yesterday, and now traveling over to Chicago, where the Cubs played at home on Sunday, had yesterday off. So the Cubs didn't have to travel at all. They're at home, they're rested. And meanwhile, this Braves team has played a lot of baseball since Sunday night. 3 full games, and now have to travel to Chicago to face the Cubs. Overall, it's just an awful spot for the Atlanta Braves in this game. Why are we going with Cody Bellinger? Well, he's got a hit in 7 of his last 8 games, multiple bases in 5 of his last 6. So he's cashed this multiple base prop in 5 of his last 6 games. He's 7 for 18 against Charlie Morton. 3 doubles and a triple in those 7 hits. So 4 of those hits, extra base hits, 3 doubles and a triple. And as I just mentioned in the odds breakdown, the total is 11, which tells me all I need to know. And that's that we're probably going to see some runs here in this game. Another player I was looking at was Christopher Morel for an RBI, which he's cashed in 5 games in a row. Why did I not pull the trigger? Because he's over 7 against Charlie Morton. So ultimately, that was enough to keep me off here. But yeah, we'll see what happens in this game. Over 11. That's a high total. A high total for me to take overall. Cubs have been so bad. Yes, the Cubs haven't really been necessarily playing all that well lately, but it's an excellent spot for them in this game. It's an excellent spot for them here. Offense has been horrible at times. Yes, Morton been bad though. Been bad too though. Yeah. Uh, Ultimately, just need the Cubs to win and Bellinger to hit a double or something like that here. Cody is hot. Let's do it again. Saturday was crazy. Yes. Yes. The Cubbies scare you? Yeah. They haven't really been playing well. You can only back Shota. I agree, except this is another. If there was another pitcher I was going to back, which I am obviously today, it is Javier Assad. 4-0 with a 1.49 ERA in 9 starts. In his last 3 starts, he's given up 4 hits in each start, 1 earned run total in those 3 starts. A win against this Atlanta Braves team, a win against Milwaukee, and then the no decision against Pittsburgh. So he's been lights out, and this Braves offense isn't anything to write home about. So we'll take the Cubs and we'll take Bellinger here in this game. But I won't touch the total because obviously Assad has been lights out, and both teams' offenses haven't been that good lately. But the total of 11 means we're most likely going to see runs of some kind here. But we will move on along to our next game, Baltimore Orioles and St. Louis Cardinals. The Orioles here, minus 147 to minus 160. St. Louis, plus 130 to plus 139. Nines right across the board in this game. Kyle Bradish on the mound for the Orioles, 0-0 in 3 starts with a 2.63 ERA. He's been very consistent, giving up 4 hits in each start, 1 earned run in 2 of the starts, 2 earned runs in his last against Toronto, 2 walks in each start, between 3 to 9 strikeouts. So he's been pretty consistent recently. Lance Lynn on the mound for the Cardinals. In his last 3 starts, 8 hits, 5 hits, 4 hits, 4 earned runs in each start, 2 to 3 walks, 4 to 5 strikeouts. So he's been very consistent as well. He's walking guys, he's hitting guys, he is striking guys out, but he's giving up runs recently in this one. And while I would lean with Baltimore as a side, St. Louis team has been playing well recently for some weird reason I can't explain. So ultimately, I don't want to get to a side, but you all know what's coming. Give me Gunnar Henderson, RBI plus 115, and a home run for plus 285. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier on in the show, he's got a home run in 4 games in a row. So he is definitely hitting the ball very well right now. And now he gets to face Lance Lynn. So I like him here to continue his home run streak. You might ask, why am I not taking his total bases? Because it's 2.5 plus money, which we haven't seen very often at all this year. So bookmakers are expecting Henderson to hit Lance Lynn here, as I am in this game. I'd love to bet the Orioles. The problem is, so does the whole world. Yeah, I get that. Miguel Garcia over half a run hit RBIs minus 143. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, what I did is over 1.5 bases and then RBI separately. So those are 2 separate plays. Over 1.5 bases and then the RBI is separate. So yeah, wouldn't it be minus 143? That's if you kind of combine the two together with the hit run RBI. Bradish hasn't been that good. Um, I don't know. I don't think he's been horrible. Hasn't played much, but yeah, ultimately I'm not on his side. So if he doesn't play well, that's fine with me. Small sample size, but Bradish is holding lefties to 1.97 average. Uh, and Cardinals have 5 lefties. There you go. There you go. But we will move on along to the last game we're going to talk about, and then a special parlay of the day. I know I haven't done any parlays recently, but there's one I had to pull the trigger on today, which we'll get to right after this game. Arizona Diamondbacks and the LA Dodgers. Arizona plus 125 to plus 148. The Dodgers minus 155 to minus 162. 8.5s right across the board in this one here. Brandon Fat on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Pretty decent in his last start against Cincinnati. 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. But as we know, the Cincinnati offense has not been doing well recently. Before that, back-to-back losses against Baltimore and San Diego, giving up 3 earned runs in each start, 5 hits to Baltimore, 10 hits to the San Diego Padres. And for the Dodgers is Gavin Stone, 4-1 with a 3.27 ERA. And he's been great in his last. He's won 3 of his last 4 starts. He's given up 1 earned run in 4 starts in a row. He's gone 6 innings in 2, 7 innings in the other 2, and he's just giving up 1 run in each start. And before those 4 starts, his previous 2 starts before that, he just gave up 2 earned runs in each start. So Gavin Stone has been great for the LA Dodgers in this game. But we're not going to get to his side here. If I was, I'd be looking at the Dodgers run line. But we're taking Freddie Freeman over 1.5 bases, plus 105. Freddie Freeman, a home run in his last game, starting to heat up a bit here. Multiple bases in 3 of his last 6. He is 4 for 8 against Brandon Fat, with 2 doubles and a home run. So he has hit him extremely well. And Freeman with the home run yesterday. If you wanted to sprinkle on the home run, you could do that here. I'm just going to go with multiple bases, a plus 105 for Freddie Freeman in this game. Diamondbacks here. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I don't want to go against Gavin Stone, but ultimately, I'm not backing the Dodgers either. But we will go on to the Tuesday parlay special. Here in this game, Mookie Betts over 1.5 bases plus 115, 117. You could go that way. Mookie Betts, he's 3 for 7 with a double against Brandon Fat. He's multiple bases in 5 of his last 8 games. So he's not doing horrible. But don't want to overload on Dodgers props here. But the Tuesday parlay special is a home run parlay. We are taking Rafael Devers to get a home run, parlayed with Gunnar Henderson to get a home run. Both that we are on as single plays. We'll parlay the 2 together for a quarter unit, plus 1363 on FanDuel. Obviously, I've been cashing, or if you've been following along, we've been cashing on these 2 guys recently, both facing pitchers that Devers has hit a home run against. Henderson hasn't faced Lance Lynn, but we know what Lance Lynn has been doing. So we'll parlay the 2 together and see if they can continue on their streaks. And if they do, then we're going to cash a nice plus money parlay here in this one. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's see if Devers can make it 7 in a row and if Henderson can make it 5 in a row. And then we will make a bunch of money on today's show if that happens. Can you talk about the Phillies versus Texas? What do you think about this game? Sure. Um, ultimately, it's the battle of two really hot pitchers right now. John Gray for Texas. He's been giving up 1 to 2 earned runs recently, anywhere from 4 to 8 hits. So he has been giving up hits. That one game in Colorado, 6 innings, 8 hits, 1 earned run. His last start against Cleveland, 4 hits, no earned runs. He's been pitching very well, which ultimately keeps me off Phillies props. And then Ranger Suarez on the other side is 8-0 in 9 starts with a 1.37 ERA. Uh, no interest in betting against him either. When it comes to player props, the only guy I would look at possibly would be Real Muto, 5 for 16 with 3 doubles, or Bryce Harper, 6 for 19, a double and 2 home runs. So Bryce Harper has seen or has hit John Gray before, but both both pitchers are just killing it right now. So that's enough to keep me away from both. This parlay looks great. Yes, I hope so. I hope so. I got plus 950. Okay, what book are you using? What book are you using? So if you have access to FanDuel, it should be plus 1363. I like San Francisco Giants and Phillies run line and Brewers money line. All right, best of luck. Texas offense is not good. I know, which is surprising. It surprised me how their offense has been so far. Phillies will get to Gray. Possible. The Phillies have been getting to everyone, but I can't. I can't bet it. Can't bet it. Someone said Otani hasn't seen fat yet, so yeah, he's going yard. Let's see. Yeah, he hasn't faced him yet, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm liking Orioles and the Royals. Yeah, not on either, but if I was playing either side, I would be on those. So can't talk you off it. But that is today's show. When it comes to premium plays today, don't buy the Chicago Cubs Atlanta Braves pick because I gave it out to you guys for free. If you wanted my other premium play, it is in the um, Milwaukee Brewers game and the Miami Marlins. So that premium play is available on the site. If you haven't checked out the NHL show, I already went over game one of the Eastern Conference Finals tomorrow. I went broke that down yesterday, so check that out on the channel for the first game of the Eastern Conference Final, and then the first game of the Western Conference Final. I might be recording tonight, so stay tuned. We'll get these hockey videos out nice and early, with all the lines out early. Thanks, Terry. No problem. Appreciate it, Terry. No problem. Thanks, guys, for watching. Everyone, hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah, good luck. Let's have lots of home runs, especially our two guys. If they can keep it going here, it's going to be a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you guys on the next show.